Hello, everyone. My name is April. Welcome to today's info session. I'm from Global Admission team, and then we also have some of our NTU students here for today, and then we will going to answer your question for today. Okay, let us introduce our first student.
Hi, my name is Annie. I'm from the Philippines and I'm currently studying life science. I'm in my fourth year.
Hello, my name is Eddie and I'm from Thailand. I'm studying Masters of International Business.
My name is Sam. I'm a sophomore studying clinical laboratory sciences and medical biotechnology, and I'm from Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Talia. I'm from Indonesia and I'm currently studying biochemical science and technology in the fourth year.
Okay, so before we start, let's look at the slides. We will send out relevant information after this session. So if you can first scan this QR code and then leave your contact information. And after the session, we will send you all the important information to you. Okay, and then the second QR code is for today Q&A session. So after you scan this code, you will enter this platform in the Slido, and then you can enter your question, and then we will cover your question in a few minutes. Okay. Okay, so here is to show you that we have different application channel. So you can, by using this small tool, and then by answering some of the question, then you can tell that whether you are qualified as international student or overseas Chinese student. Okay, so for international student, you can directly apply to NTU through the OIE office. And then for if you qualify as overseas Chinese student and you are going to apply for a bachelor degree, there will be two different ways. So the first way is by applying through the NTU.Admission. And then the second is to apply through the organization. It's called UECOCS. And then if you apply for a master, you can only apply through the UECOCS. And today's session will be mainly focused on the NTU admission for overseas Chinese students. Okay. So this is just to show you that for 2027 and September entry, if you're applying as an international student, we will have two entry. So February entry is only for graduate program, which is master and PhD. Some of the programs are available for February entry. And then if you're applying for September entry, which will be also include the bachelor program and all graduate program will be available for September entry. And then for if you apply for overseas Chinese student, they will only be September entry. And then if you apply through the UECOCS, you will have to see their latest information, which will be updated this year and October. And then so the date is TBA. Okay. And if you want to apply through the NTU.Admissions, it's very the step is quite simple. So first you have to create an account and then follow through all the steps. Then you can apply up to 5 departments. And then depending on the requirements set by the departments, you will have to upload different documents. Some of the document is the same if you apply for any program, such as graduate certificate and then transcript and then some proof of nationality and then language proficiency requirements. But sometimes for the document required by the departments, each department will set their different criteria. So some will need to include the recommendation letter, some will not. So you can see this information on our website. And then you also have to pay an application fee. And then the fee is, if you apply for 1 or 2, is 2,000 NT dollars. And if you apply for 3 to 5, you will have to pay if you apply for 1 and or 2, you have to pay 1,500. And then if you apply to 3 to 5, you will have to pay 2,000 NT dollars. And then to please know that some of the departments will have maybe a written exam or oral exam, and you have to check on our website for the latest information. And then this is just to show you that our language proficiency. So the minimum requirement is that if you apply for a Chinese talk program, you will have applicant have to submit a Chinese language proficiency certificate. So which is we accept TOCSL and then HSK. So you can take these 2 exams. And then there are some times that the student won't have to submit this, is that if your mother tongue is Chinese, then you will have to write an introduction letter to indicate your Chinese skill, and then you can upload this document instead. And then also if your previous degree, maybe your high school, if you apply for a bachelor and then your high school is taught in Chinese, then you will ask your high school to issue a certificate stating that your courses is entirely conducted in Chinese. Then you can use this document. Or if you apply for a Chinese topic program and then you are majoring in Chinese, then you can also use your graduate certificate. And if you apply for English talk program, you can take any of the exams. For example, IELTS and TOEIC. You can pick the one you want to take the exam. And then there are some times that you don't have to take this exam. For example, if you are from English-speaking country, you are from Philippines, you are from Singapore, then you submit your passport, and then you don't have to upload proficiency certificate. And then, for example, if you are from your previous degree is obtained from an English-speaking country, then you don't have to submit it as well. Or your program, your high school is entirely conducted in English. So this is pretty much for the request for the application information. And then now we will go into the Q&A session. Okay, so our first question is that, is there any guideline regarding writing a personal statement or a study plan? Okay, so because some program will require these 2 information, and then you will have to check. First, you have to check the application requirement by the one you're trying to apply. And then if these 2 documents is required, a personal statement can be there if they are no description about this program. It can be, you can decide your own contact. For example, it can be when you have some similar background for the program you want to apply, and then something you would like to promote, and then for the professor to know you better. And then for a study plan, you can cover maybe during your high school, like what kind of study plan you do, and then before application and after application, and after you go into NTU, what are some of the plan you plan to do, like in the university? Okay, and then our student can, if you want to share your own experience by how to prepare this kind of documents.
So maybe in my case, when I wrote my personal statement, I wrote that I have interest in biology and I have joined the biology competition. So I just share my experience and then what I gained from it, and then what I want to learn in the university. So I used to write, I like to do labs and experiments. And for the study plan, I wrote that I want to join like clubs or do some internships or exchange at NTU, and also my plan after graduation from NTU.
Yeah, I think it's very important that the one you're writing is related to the program you want to apply. Okay, our second question is that for the HSK, that if the certificate isn't out yet, how to submit the proof of proficiency. Okay, by the time you apply, if you haven't got the HSK certificate, you can still apply, and then you can upload the certificate, or that you can say that when you are going to take this exam, and then when during the reviewing process, if the professor thinks that you are academically qualified, they probably will give you conditional offer. Then the conditional is that you will have to submit Chinese proficiency certificate by the end of May 2027, so that you can officially be admitted. And our next question is that what are the admission requirements for computer science program? And is there any interview or written exam as part of the application process? Okay, so like I said before, some like the departments will have their own requirements. So you have to check on our website, and then you can go to our website and then look for the session for NTU admission for overseas Chinese student. Then you will see all the available program and their application requirements. And then there will be a session whether this department require written exam interview. If yes, there will be more information on our website. And then our next question is that what are the requirements to apply for a scholarship for an English top program? Okay, so if you want to apply for a scholarship, it's very simple, is that in the application system, there will be a session asking whether you want to apply for a scholarship. Then if you wish to apply for a scholarship, you just have to tick the box, and then after you submit your application, you will be considered for the scholarship decision, and then when you know the admission result, you will also know whether you get a scholarship or not. And so there is no requirements. If you want to apply, you just tick the box. Okay, so next question is about TOCFL. So if you apply for a Chinese top program, then you have to take the Chinese exam, right? This is one of the exam we accept. So you can only take the listening and reading. We will accept them. Okay, is there any interview for medical program? I think we covered this before, so each department is different. You will have to check our website. Okay. Is there a computer science in English? So our computer science program is a Chinese top program, and then if you're interested for the English top program, you can go to our website. For overseas Chinese students, there are only 3 English top programs, but for international students, there are more English top programs, and the information can be found on our website. Okay, for the next question. For medical school, can I learn it completely in English? And what about the exam? So Sam?
Okay, so because I'm in the College of Medicine, which is a bit different than medical school, I think what you're referring to is, the School of Medicine at NTU. But nonetheless, I think it's more or less similar to what we learn. First of all, the short answer to can I learn it completely in English is no, because the program itself is Chinese taught, so naturally the professors will talk to you in Mandarin. But then most of the slides and almost all of the textbooks will be in English. As for the exams, that depends on the professor whether they want to hand out English exams to the students.
Thank you, Sam. Okay, our next question is that, will I do fine with SK5 and IELTS 7 in medicine? So because this medicine program is like all the medicine program available for overseas Chinese students is Chinese top program. So this is a requirement that you have to, minimum is SK level 4. Okay, and then if you have English proficiency certificate, you can welcome to attach that to your application. That there are Chinese top program that your language skill have to be, I think it has to be higher, right?
In medicine, I think, it's more for communication purposes.
Yes, because you have to communicate.
But I think IELTS Band 7 is more than enough. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, our next question is that if I want to use my SSK certificate as proof of Chinese proficiency, what is the minimum? Okay, so the minimum is level 4. Okay, and there will be a chart that the score is equal to which level you can find on our website. Okay, so we all need to submit a resume or a CV. How much will it help? So it depends on the departments. If it's a required document, you will definitely have to upload that document. But if you let's say it's not a required document and then you still want to upload that, it's also fine. You can upload it under the other supporting document. Yeah. Okay, it's medical program only taught in English. So, like Sam mentioned, the medical programs, the School of Medicine program is a Chinese taught program. Yeah.
Oh,
So
and also maybe I'd like to clarify something.
Yeah.
It's that most of the medical schools that they refer to is like a 4+4 system, but in NTU it's a 6+2 system. So the bachelor's degree for medicine here is 6 years, and then you go into 2 years of residency.
yeah. Okay, so our next question is for SSK certificate. As long as 2 years haven't passed since it's the test date. Okay, so you can, because we did not have like a strict regulation about like the certificate has to be taken like how many years, like recent years, but it's better that you use the one that is more recent, like within 2 years, so that your language skill is more recent. But you can also use the one you currently have. It's okay. So what are the admission requirements for biochemical? Okay.
So for the biochemical and technology part, so when I apply here, you have to prepare the personal statement, study plan, also 2 recommendation letters from your teachers, and also your grade and ranking certificate. And you can also double check it with the NTU.Admissions websites. And also there is no interview or written test as a part of the application process, so you only need to submit the documents to apply.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is in Chinese. So I guess we will answer it in Chinese. Okay. So 他想要问医科相关的问题，就是医科的招生名额，还有医科上课的语言跟活动得奖是要附上正版还是 PDF？OK，所以那个招生名额的部分，就是我们如果在透过那个侨生单招的话，它的名额的部分就是会有一个学校的总量，然后其实没有分说哪个系有多少名额。对，那另外的话就是上课语言的话，大部分还是用中文，那只是有一些原文书跟可能教授的简报会是用英文这样。对，然后活动得奖的附正版还是 PDF 这个部分的话，因为我们全部我们是无纸化，都是线上申请，所以你所有的东西就是扫描成 PDF， 然后上传到申请系统。Okay, our next question is TOEFL required or optional for overseas Chinese student from Philippines, even if person don't know how to speak Chinese? So it really depends on the program you're applying. So if you apply for an English top program, then you don't have to like take this exam, and then you don't have to speak Chinese at all. Okay. Now, so the next question is also in Chinese. So we will answer this in Chinese as well. 医科准备偏重哪些？是否需要实习经验证明？中文语言证明是否只需要提供听跟读的部分？那英文语言能力证明需要什么比较有利 ？Sam, you would like to?
如果说备审资料它偏重哪一些的话，那我也没有办法很确定的跟你说出一个答案来，因为其实也是看各系的
看个性要求。
他的要求是如何，然后他们也不会特别跟我们强调说是需要
就是会建议你们，就是可以先去看，就是那个网站，那个系的网站。
对。
然后举例，你可以先去看他，未来会上一些什么课程。那可能就是他们会希望他们的申请人会有这样子的一些
有关联的一
对
些经验会比较好。
对，没错。
那其实说像是实习的经验证明之类的，其实它不会很强调说是 required，但是如果你有，肯定是一个加分这样子。
如果你觉得会为自己加分的话，你就可以，如果你刚好有，你就附上来。
对。
然后语言能力这个我们刚刚有讲过，就是那个华语文测验听跟读的是可以的。然后英文语言证明的话，就是只要是我们那个接受的考试都 OK， 对，没有偏重哪一个比较好。Our next question is, for the required Mandarin certificate, can I use a certificate from a language center saying how far I've studied? And there are any TOEFL test center in my area. Okay, so the Chinese exam we accept, you can only take the TOEFL or HSK. And then I believe that there are a home edition for a TOEFL test. So you can look for this information online. So the next question is, if I come from an IB program, do I still need to take IELTS, TOEFL, or other English tests for English top program? And is it only for NTU or most unis allows? Okay, so if you apply for English top program, then if your high school, your IB program is conducted in English, then you will have to ask your high school to issue a certificate stating all the courses are conducted in English, then you don't have to take the IELTS or TOEFL. And then as for other university, we cannot answer for that because you have to check with them. Okay, if I want to apply for overseas admission, but I am unable to obtain required TOEFL certificate before application deadline, can I still apply? Yeah, we have covered this question before. You can still apply, and then if you get a conditional offer, then you will have to submit the certificate by the end of May 2027, so that you can be officially admitted. For the business major, I am currently preparing for the IB exam in November. What score do I need to achieve in higher level exam? Okay, so we don't have like a minimum GPA to apply because all the things together will be considered by the admission committee. Then they will look at all the things you submitted. For example, your transcript and then your study plan, your personal statement, or that you have you have obtained some international competition, then they will consider all that and then make the final decision. As for the business major, I think, Andy, you can say more about how you prepare for your application.
For business major, because it's a little bit different because I'm also applied for graduate studies. So you should have some correlated studies during your undergrads. So it really depends on what kind of experiences, maybe it's internships, extracurriculars, even if if you're not taking courses in business, if you're not in a department that are related to business, as long as you have a proof that you are ready for courses that are available in business graduate classes, then I think it should be enough.
Yeah, I think that is very important. Okay. So our next question is, can I submit an admission with TOEFL ITP certificate or do I need IBT version? Okay, both we accept. So you can pick the one you prefer to submit. What are the general academic requirements to apply for NTU? So because we did not have like a minimum GPA to apply, so it will really depends on, because like you can see the program you want to apply and then look at their curriculum and then see which like maybe subject they will be more focused, and then you can try to have better score in those subjects. Then other than that, you can, for example, if you apply for Department of Math, then your math have to be like good at math, and then you can attempt some math competition if you want to, and then those can be a part of your application. Okay, what is the IELTS score? Do I need to, if I'm applying for a major taught in English? So this information can be found on our website. So I think the minimum is CEFR B2 level, so which is IELTS 5.5 for minimum. Okay, so do you have any guideline for writing a study plan and autobiography? Okay, anyone want to share their own experience?
Okay, I can start. For autobiography, I think it's pretty simple. Just try to sell yourself as the most unique out of every other students. Like you could consider thinking about what are the strengths that you have that you want to promote and try working from there.
Yeah.
And also, I think fit is a very important aspect. Like you have to show that you're a good fit for the major.
Right. Okay, our next question is there any minimum average score for interaction and IET program? Okay, so we don't have any student from IET here, but it's the same because we didn't have like a minimum GPA, so all the things you submit is very important. So how many seats are there for overseas Chinese for IET program and then for semiconductor program? So because we only have a total quota for NTU admission, and so that we did not have like, for example, this department only how many person can get in. So you are welcome to apply, and then the professor will pick the one they think is suitable for the program. Okay. Assuming I get accepted as overseas Chinese student, would it be better to head back to Taiwan and do household registration? Okay, so if you qualify as overseas Chinese, I think you have a Taiwan nationality. And then if you qualify as overseas Chinese student, then it doesn't matter that you want to like do a household registration. It won't change the fact that you are overseas Chinese student. So it's up to you. Should certificates such as though for serving on the student council during junior high school be included? So I think it's up to you, because if you think that this kind of experience will add up your application, then you are welcome to attach that under the supporting document section. Okay, what level of legalization is required for report cards up to semester 4? Is legalization by my school sufficient or further certificate required? I think you are referring for the transcript. So by the time you apply, if you hasn't graduated, you will at least have to submit your transcript from grade 10 and 11. And then if you also have a semester, the first semester of your grade 12, then you can also include that. Okay, so for the you will have you mentioned the legalization, so if you will have to check with on the OCAC website, there will be a list for each area, and then you can see that if your like there is if your high school is on the list, then you don't have to do anything about the legalization. But if your high school is not on the list, and then you will have to go to the Taiwan mission, overseas mission, and to do the legalization for your transcript and graduate certificate. Okay, how important are social activity to, like, I think this one we covered before, so it's up to you whether you want to include those things in your application. Okay, for a Chinese talk program, my parents are Taiwanese, and I do speak some Mandarin at home. Can read and write a little. Do I need to take the TOEFL test? So if you apply for like NTU admission for overseas Chinese student, there is one exemption that you don't have to take the Chinese exam. If your mother tongue is Mandarin, then you can submit a document so that you don't have to take the exam. Okay, so it's depending on whether you think your mother tongue is Chinese. Okay, are there any requirements for psychology? Okay, so we don't have any psychology student here, but I think this information can be found on our website, and then you can look for the information for each program. So if an IB student retake exam and improve their final IB score, but has lower score, does NTU consider applicant? Okay, so I think all the things you submit will be considered, so that we will see your transcript and then other things. So score is not the only factor we will consider. Okay, so are the textbook in occupational therapy program is in English? Because this is Chinese talk program, but so the courses and professor will speak in Chinese, but I think some of the textbook is
Almost all, actually.
almost all.
Yeah.
Okay. If I want electrical engineering degree, is it better to take English or Chinese talk? Oh, the electrical engineering program in NTU is Chinese talk program. So you cannot choose that. So between grades and essay, which one determine a big portion or grading whether someone get accepted? I think there is not like all the thing is important. So there is not like something way more better than others. So I think you will have to prepare everything, like read through the website of the program you want to apply, and then write the things after that. Then I think it will be better. Okay, what is the minimum required for NTU scholarship? I think we covered this before, so you are welcome to apply. We did not have a requirement, so if you apply, then you will be considered for scholarship decision. The way is to apply is that you only have to tick the box in our application system. Is there a finance English top program? So our Department of Finance is a Chinese top program. Which one is better to take semiconductor or electrical engineering? I think it really depends on your interest, and then maybe when students like think of the one they want to apply, they might think of different things. For example, when they graduate, whether will it be easier to look for a job? So it's really up to you. Yeah. So for autobiography and study plan in EE major, does NTU prefer a clean written PDF layout or well-designed, visually polished portfolio with charts? I think it's up to you. We want to share your own experience?
Personally, I had a lot of pictures in my autobiography, but I think it's just
I think the content is.
yeah, the main point is the content, and
Yeah.
also just make sure that it's clean and it's well structured
Yes.
for your major and your
Yes.
program.
Okay. So for students who don't have straight A's, what additional document or personal project would help strengthen their application? So I think it's up to you, because do we have straight A?
No.
And making sure
Do something that relates with your major.
Yeah.
Like for example, for E, if you have like your own side project
Yes.
or your own like robotics project or something like that, that would be nice, right?
And also like sports, if you're good at sports or extracurriculars, you can also be good at too.
Yeah, I think when professor look for the application, they look at everything, whether your score is good, and then whether you have like leadership skill, stuff like this.
Yeah.
If I improve my IB score does NTU mainly consider the update IB score or application as a whole? I think there are similar question before, so we will consider it as a whole, and then all the things together will be considered. Besides grades, are there any overlooked aspect in personal statements, study plan that the reviewer value? I think we covered this before, so I will just skip this one. Okay. For a student from Jakarta, are there country-related scholarship? So you have
Country, like as in specifically for Indonesian people, I don't think so.
I think for Indonesia government have some scholarship, right?
Those, I mean, you have to check with the
I believe there is, but
from NTU,
yeah, but also the Taiwanese government have scholarship, so you can also apply for the Taiwan scholarship, for example, MOE scholarship. Okay, so the recommendation letter include how long you have known them, strength, weakness, personality, skills. I think it really depends on, because the recommendation letter is supposed to be written by someone who know you, like your teacher. Then you can ask them to write about it, and then I think that the content is really up to them. And then, but we will have to see that the professor have to, the teacher have to say good things about you. Yeah. It says that I have to submit my academic transcript from grade 10 to 12. Well, I've just got into 12 this July, and then, okay. So you haven't graduated, then you will have to submit the grade 10 and 11 at the time of application. As the admission guideline be released yet, is there a link to access it? Yeah, you can find the admission guideline. We already posted on our website, so you can search for NTU overseas admission, and then you will find it on our website. Then we will also include the QR code by the end of this session, so that you can go to our website. So what is the differences between personal statement and study plan?
For my personal statement, I basically just share about my past experience, what competitions I joined or extracurriculars, and then what did I gain or achieve from it. Basically, just say more and tell a story about yourself, so the professors can see about how you are as a person. And for study plan, I just elaborate what I want to study in the university, and then what I plan to do after I graduate and during my studies, and also extracurriculars during the universities.
Okay. So does admission office consider the entry of school report subjects or only related subject? For example, if taking science will be affected. I think the related subject is important, but other thing is we will also see other subjects. Yeah. So what makes an application competitive for admission? Are there any factor that increase the chances of being accepted?
well, something that relates to your major, I think
Yes.
that's the most important one. Yeah, you just have to demonstrate that you're a good fit and that you're, someone that they might find interesting or suitable for their major. And yeah,
And maybe you can find the teachers who recommend you, like having a really filled with the programs you want to apply.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, our next question is, what are the general requirements for being accepted to NTU? What kind of exam that needs to require to be taken? So I think we covered this before. As for the exam, you will have to check whether the department are require an written exam or oral exam. If not, and then the exam you will be taken will only be the language proficiency test. So how should I apply for a scholarship, and should I apply for it with this? Yeah, you will have to, you can apply at the same time when you apply for your degree program. There will be a session asking whether you want to apply for a scholarship. If yes, you just tick the box.
Can I add something for this?
Yeah.
So if you aren't able to get the scholarship during that time, it's okay because NTU has a lot of other scholarships. So you can just regularly check, for example, if you're an overseas Chinese student, you can check the website and they will regularly have new information on new scholarships. So for example, someone asked about is there any scholarships for Jakarta? I was able to see that for other countries like Vietnam, there are like specific scholarships for them. So just keep on updating yourself on those things.
And I remember I applied for the scholarship for Southeast Asian, so there's like a specific scholarship for Southeast Asian students.
Yeah.
There are many opportunities, so you just have to look for it.
Yeah,
online.
just check on the website also.
Because for me myself, I don't get the scholarships when I apply, but I keep getting scholarships every semester through the email that I got from the school.
Yeah, and also financially, you can also do a part-time job in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Can you briefly explain the second round assessment for the finance program? I'm not sure what you mean by the second round assessment.
I think that's something specific for the program.
Yeah, because we'll have to see the requirement by the finance program. But I believe that if they are second rounds, then you will get an email from, maybe more information will be given on that email, or you can just check with the departments. Okay, I want to take Chinese top program, but I haven't tested any for TOEFL. I'm not sure if I could reach the required level in time. So what do I do? So you can still apply, and then after that you can take the exam. So if you get a conditional offer, then the latest deadline for you to submit the Chinese proficiency certificate will be May 2027, at the end of May 2027. Okay, so if IELTS needed, if you study in Philippines, where both their native language and English is often used from where I study.
Philippines is an English speaking.
Yeah,
Yes.
English-speaking country, so you don't need it.
You don't have to take the exam, but if you happen to have one, you are welcome to submit that as well. So as a Chinese Indonesian, what are the requirements to apply for overseas Chinese top program to get into NTU?
The language requirements and the major specific documents that you will find on the website for the majors that you want.
And there is a test in our website that can check if you are fit to be overseas Chinese or
Right.
international student.
Yes. So be sure to check your status first.
Yes. Okay, so will the classes be taught in English or Mandarin? Some goes for text and test and books.
If you apply for an English taught major, then obviously it will be taught in English. But if otherwise, then it's going to be taught in Mandarin. But for the tests and books, so far in my experience, almost all of the required textbooks or optional textbooks are all in English. For the test, it depends again on the professor, whether they want to, make an English version or they want to translate for you, or just give out English tests for the whole class. It's entirely up to them.
Yeah, for my major, like even it's Chinese, the tests and the slides are completely in English. And even though it's in Chinese, you can ask the professor for translation into English.
Yeah, and if you don't understand, you can always reach out to them.
Yeah.
True.
When I also want to add something, so you can go to the NTU course website and like tap into the major and you'll be able to see all of the courses and they will have the required textbook there. So you'll be able to see if it's in Chinese or if it's English textbook.
Yeah. So before you choose the courses, you'll have to check that information.
Yeah.
The website is null NTU.
Which postgraduate program are taught in English? And is there a website or a contact person I can refer to? Yeah, so the available program and then their language of instruction is all available on our website. So you can, later we will see a QR code, then you can go to our website to check for that. And also there will be a contact information for the department as well. If I'm already a first year university student, can I transfer my credit to NTU or would I have to start from the first year again? So we have an international sophomore entry for international student only. So if you qualify for international student, you can search for the sophomore entry on our website, and then there will be more information, and then there will only be September entry, and then the application time will be every year, every March. Okay, so if you can search for that information. If you have further questions, you can email us as well. So what scholarships are available for postgraduate study? Also, the information is available online. So for postgraduate study, we will have like a international graduate outstanding scholarship. So if you apply for that one, you will, depending on the level of your program, if it's a master program, you will get a monthly stipend, and then you'll get a tuition fee subsidy, and then a monthly stipend of $8,000. And then if it's for PhD, it will be the monthly stipend will be 10,000 NT. I want to ask for application fee. What do I pay? Where do I pay the fee? Okay, so the application fee, they will have different ways to pay. If you apply for overseas Chinese, you have to pay the fee by credit card payment. And then if you apply through the international student, you can use a bank transfer from if you are overseas, you can use the bank transfer and then also credit card as well. And if you are in Taiwan, you can print out the certificate, print out the receipt, and then you can pay at the post office or convenience store. Okay, for business major, what other score do I need to require to join? Okay, so we like we said before, we did not have a minimum score, so you are welcome to apply. But if for business major, I think we'll more focus on the math. So your math you have to maintain good grade. Yeah. Okay, for undergraduate program, is there any department that use English talk program?
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So for overseas Chinese, there are 3 English talk program, and then for English talk program, there are more. For international student, there are more English talk program. For example, civil engineering and then mechanical engineering. Yeah. So what are some characteristics NTU students should have? What is the NTU looking for in their potential student? So we have our student here.
good grades like any.
Just be yourself. Like you can express yourself and then just strengthen your
Mhm.
strengths and
Diligence, definitely, I think.
yeah. In
Yeah.
your personal statement, like personal statement and study plan is your chance to promote yourself.
Like just make sure you're a good fit for the program.
Yeah, like how you are a good fit, and then how.
I think most of the program websites will have like this section where they say like what type of people they like, and yeah, and like what the major is all about. So if you can fit your description there, it would, I think maybe it will be a good chance for you.
Back then I just wrote that all of the subjects in my department, and I say that I was looking forward to study the subjects. Yeah. So maybe you can try it.
Okay, thank you. So our next question is, well, I'm interested in 3 majors. When making a study plan, should I make 3 or 1, but combine?
I would say 3.
Yeah.
It's better that way.
It's better that you like customize the content based on the program you apply.
Yeah.
How many recommendation letter are needed is still 2. So it depends on the departments. Some require 1 or 2, and then some don't have to, doesn't require. Okay, so you can check the application requirements on our website. Okay, it is true that the Life Science English Talk program is closed this year, so we haven't posted the available program for 2027 September entry. So we will update this on August this year. So you will have to like see the most updated information on. Does UECOCS path require personal statement and study plan? Okay, so this channel doesn't require you to provide a personal statement and study plan. Okay, so any actually got into this channel? Would you like to share your own experience?
Oh yeah, I only gave my grades, and then I had to fill out like 70 like university plus major that I am interested in. So that takes a lot of time because you have to do research on each school in Taiwan. Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think yeah, they didn't even check my competition.
Yeah, really is not required. Like basically just use your score and then distribute you to a different school and departments. Okay, so what is UECOCS and how to apply? I think we covered that before, and then more information can be found there on their website. Okay, so is the Political Science Department, International Relations Division Chinese Talk program, is there any courses that are taught in English? So for overseas Chinese students, this is a Chinese Talk program, but I believe that students can also take English courses outside their departments, right? Yeah, so it's really up to you. We have
as long as the class is available and your major recognizes the credit, then there's no problem.
Yes. Is there an age restriction for applying for a bachelor? Oh, so we did not have like an age restriction. So everyone is welcome to apply if you met the academic requirements. So if you apply for a bachelor program, you'll at least have to have a high school diploma. If I apply to 3 different programs, do I have to create 3 different study plans? And I think we covered this before. So our suggestion is that you do 3 different study plans.
Because each department has their own subjects and difference in their research and program.
Okay, so our next question, how can students find more information about scholarship from NTU? It will be available on our website, and then later we will have a QR code so that you can go to our website. What is the average score that students must have in their report card to be able to get scholarship from NTU? I think because we have just covered how to apply for a scholarship, right? So if you apply for a scholarship, all the things together will be considered for the scholarship decision. And then it doesn't have like a minimum score. So if the professor thinks that you are a good fit and then you stand out between within the applicant, then there will be a chance for you to get a scholarship. So the recommendation letter include how long you have. I think it's the same question. So if my other certificate are in a foreign language, how should I translate it and add it to other certificate part? So if your certificate isn't in English or Chinese, you will have to go to a translation agency to have it translated to English or Chinese. Then you can submit that. Otherwise, the professor cannot read it, understand it. So what departments that needs tests and interview? I think we covered this before. Each department is different. You will have to check it on our website. Okay. So I have a computer science background, and am I eligible to apply for MBA program? What the main admission consideration, does it need to be a business related? So I believe we did not it doesn't matter about your previous degree. If you have relevant experience and then you want to apply for MBA program, you are welcome to apply. And then, but you will have to show that you have
What it
some,
takes, basically.
yeah, what kind of related experience or what effort you have to so that you can include in your application. Okay. So if I take the chemical engineering major in NTU, would it be fully in English, or will there be a mix of English too? So the chemical engineering is a Chinese top program, and also, like we said before, textbook might be in English.
Should be in
Yeah,
English.
should be. Sometimes, like most of them are in English.
Yeah, most of them.
Which year's academic transcript and GPA are required for the application? If you apply for bachelor, then the grade you will have to submit the grade 10 to grade 12. But if you are a current graduating student, you will have to submit at least 10 to 11. Okay. Next question is there any possible way to join NTU with Chinese talk, but having the first year to join a language school first? So if you, the Chinese language related program is different from the degree program. So if you want to learn Chinese first, you can search for information for our language center, CLD or ICLP, and then you can learn Chinese there, or you can learn it from like other university. They also have a Chinese center. And then once you get the required level, and then you can apply to that. Okay, so what are the personal statement or study plan guideline for medical department?
Specifically.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but again, fit is very important, especially for medicine, I think. So definitely demonstrate why you think you would be a good doctor eventually, and also like whatever experiences you have during your high school years and something like that. And also, it's very important to differentiate between medical school and the Department of Medicine. Again, it's a 6+2 program, so you're signing up for 6 years of school, not 4. Yeah.
Okay. So can we submit the TOEFL score in November, because the period test is being held in November? Yeah, you can submit it later, but you have to submit it by your application by the deadline, of course. Then if you get the certificate from TOEFL exam in November, then you will just have to email it to us. Can I ask what clubs there and for multimedia industry?
I think NTU have a lot of variations of clubs, and I remember there is like a photography club and then the IELTS club, and then you can always search it up in the website, like the NTU student activities, and they usually have like a list of clubs that NTU have. And there are a lot of variations and fields that you can explore more.
We have over 400 clubs in NTU. So as an overseas Chinese student, if I have already met the language requirements, am I still required to take the Chinese or English courses during university?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. both for international and overseas Chinese students, but you can waive your English, I believe,
Yeah.
using your IELTS if it's over something. I forgot. Yeah.
But for Chinese, we usually still have to take it.
Yeah.
But it's only 1 year.
Yeah.
Mm.
Only during the first year.
Only during the first
Yeah,
year.
and the content is that you have to learn some basic.
Yeah, like conversational skills.
There's a placement test, so depending on your Chinese level, you might be placed in the beginner to advanced course.
Yeah.
And for people who study in the Philippines, you can waive your English courses without an IELTS test.
Because you're from an English speaking country.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you. So for overseas student taking English top major, do the TOEFL proficiency language still require or only IELTS? Okay, so you if you apply for English top program, you can take the exam that is in our website. We list down all the accepted exam so you can take TOEFL as well or IELTS. It's really up to you. Okay, so can SAT certificate be sent after the deadline and the initial application? So all the things have to be submitted before the deadline. Only the language certificate can be submitted at a later date. Do I need to take IELTS if I have IGC, SE, and A levels? Because it states that if my previous degree were conducted in English, I don't need IELTS. If your previous degree is conducted in English, then you will have to submit the certificate issued by your school. So you have to be an official certificate by your school.
Yeah.
Okay, last 3 questions. So what is the requirements to apply for biotechnology and food nutrition? Again, this kind of information is available on our website. So you can see other than the common document is the same, what are the requirements by these departments.
And for biotechnology and food nutrition is English top, so you will need to submit your English language certificate.
Yes, right. Also, if you apply for English top program, all the things you submit has to be in English. So any requirement for the letter of recommendation? I think it's up to you. So you will have to reach out to the high school teacher. Yeah, and then you will have to get their name and then email address and then
Maybe
Yes.
signature.
yeah. So the way to submit the recommendation letter is you will have to set up the contact the information in our website, and then so that if you can send requests from our website, and then the recommender will receive an email, so that once they click on the link, and then they can upload the recommendation letter for you. So you won't be able to see the content; it's confidential.
Good.
And then our next question: what quality of achievement does the admission committee expect? I think it's pretty much we said before. All the thing is important, and then it's better that the professor thinks that you are a good fit for
Yes.
the department. Okay, so I think this is our last question. Okay, thank you for asking all the questions. I hope this is been helpful for you. Okay, so this is 3 different useful links. So the first one is our admission website. So there will be detailed information about the application. So you can scan this QR code. And then also you can follow us on Instagram, and then on the YouTube, there will be some useful video for you for your references. And then if you have further questions, you can always email us, and then we will respond to you as soon as possible. So our email address is intadmission@ntu.edu.tw. Okay, thank you for joining this online session. So we look forward to seeing you in NTU. Okay, bye-bye.